Look, in this country, you gotta make the money first. Once you get the money, you get the power. Once you get the power, then you get the woman. What if I told you that I can change 400 white tickets into 400 total combat power? And it's gonna take a little while for you to have this in mind, but Sensu once said, "Be aware of titties, man. Crazy ass is dangerous." So, I'm gonna go straight to this. Instead of just chit-chatting around the area, I'm going to tell you to do this. If you're not a whale that is being compensated by making sponsor videos for Nethermarble, even though it doesn't look so, and you can be assured that people are not pointing that out, I want you to save your money, and instead of just buying stuff to boost your overall combat power and your DPS capabilities, use this instead. This is free. Doesn't seem so, but it is. 180,000 free. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is the number of keys that I have been buying since January. I bought this because I was desperate 1 week before hard mode Deimos. In case you're watching this, today is March 26, 2025. So there are different challenges, and I'm gonna go back and also explain my little map that I always do, that I have not changed since January, just a little bit, which is going straight to the point. And I'm going to explain everything that I do. I do this monthly. I skipped 1 month. I'm not gonna do this for another 3 months, so bear with me because it's gonna be a lot, and I'm going to explain everything that you need to require to conquer and master a grand strategy. Meaning, a strategy can go different ways, but the grand strategy is that you can conquer your enemies without needing to shed blood. That is what I'm trying to do over here. So, before I get myself into any more chit-chatting, 3 keys. You happen to have very low essence stones management, which is fine. It's gonna be 30%. 18 keys, which is almost 30 keys per day, is gonna send you our count all the way up to the stratosphere in just 1 month. It's just as easy as it is. This is for if you happen to be desperate. Hard mode, normal mode, medium mode, medium low, and this is just low. So you want to go ahead, you can do this, no problem. And yes, people will say, why don't you spend your essence stones on white tickets? So now that I have managed to tell you what to do, I'm going to explain why. I just keep clicking this nonsense, but I'm going to explain why. Before that, I'm gonna show you my total army. I'm gonna tell you something. I didn't start playing this game until the hard Vulcan challenged, a little before that with the cat lady, and I managed to catch up with content creators and some whales as well, and middle dolphins when it comes for total power. And yes, I'm gonna explain everything. Don't worry about it. Why do I have so many? Why do I don't use it? Don't worry. But this is my army right now. I can finished leveling up some stuff. I can use weapon materials as well. And in case you're wondering what kind of resources do I have, well, this is I have plenty to do, plenty of different things, because I am preparing myself for the different challenge. So before I come back and try to explain this, which is the roadmap, I want to try to pace myself because this is not easy. I am not a public speaker, announcer or whatever. I am an actor, which is good for these kind of things, but it's still difficult. So let me explain this, because now I'm gonna do science. Let me explain what the fuck is the deal with games like this. With the main strategy that I'm gonna show you is how this game works. This is the timeline. This is time. Have that in your mind. This is a 2D vector. This is Y. This is X. This is the beginning of the game. This is the end of the game. I'm just gonna put an infinity signs over here. We don't know when the game is going to end, but this is how exactly work. The developers have created this game. You start. Let's just start here. Doesn't matter. There. Hold on. Let me just put some little marks over here. These are benchmarks for you to have. Here you go. I'm going to explain how everything works. Don't worry about it. This is where the game starts. These are beta. These are beta players. We're gonna have some benchmarks over here. This is gonna be time. This is gonna be a monthly base. So this is freaking gayest arrow in the world. This is months. There you go, month. Right? I put it down because I know it's difficult to understand because my English is not perfect. But that's month. I just want to have a little cleaner because I did this live last time. It was a little bit of a mess, but now I have time to gradually do stuff. So I'm gonna have this, which is gonna have just like a blue line. Yeah, baby blue. This is gonna be the start of the game. This is January, February, March, month after month, and this line that you're seeing over here. I'm gonna put this line a little better. I'm gonna have a little bit of fudge. Perfect. These have around 25 degrees of deviation. This is everything that you do daily that requires you to do your stuff for free. What does this imply? Doing all this every single day. Doing 10 keys every single day. Talking about keys. Bang. Here we go. Doing this every single day. Doing your encore missions and whatever every single day. All these apply. I'm not. This line. Let's call this total combat power. Total combat power. Right? TCP. This is your combat power. You remember when you start doing the challenges, and you have to deal with the wolf, and you require 5,000 combat power. Yes, I still remember that. Memory, very good for me. Okay, so there are challenges in the game that happen to be called WOBLs, and time challenges as well as encore missions and any other thing that require a high amount of combat power. But in order to address that situation, you have powerful characters, which are hunters coming from all places of the world that have different advancements. These advancements will allow to have more percentage when it comes for their main stats, which are just 3: attack, defense, and HP. Some hunters have HP, some hunters have attack, some hunters have defense, and the deal damage depends on all these 3. When am I saying all these? It will make sense whatsoever. If you happen to be new, I'm gonna be making you the tutorial right from the scratch. So let me go back to the line and tell you, okay, so you have the hunters that are gonna be included over here. So you're getting the tickets, you get the black tickets, you can summon for these hunters. The SR are free, the SSR are not free, and that bring us to the next question is, okay, if I use my Ascent Stones to white tickets, I can actually summon for the more powerful hunters that is coming out. But what would you do? Well, what in the world would you do that? Well, you have these hunters over here as well. And you can also summon for the powerful ones. Like, hell, you have Thomas over here. Some people have misbelief about what Akari does, but yes, I believe she's much better than me in many other situations when it comes for dealing with just the light team. But that's not here, not there. This is not what I'm here for. But you have this lady and the fire truck, which is coming later on, which is Akane, in case you're not Akane, it's not Ranma's freaking girlfriend. Kanae is gonna be arriving in a couple of weeks as well. She arrives every single time the main white tickets custom banner disappears on the black tickets. But yes, what will I do that? Well, it's simple. If you pay attention to the maps, we have the WOBL back in January that was released. The Brilliant Light. Okay, so what does that have to do with anything? It just so happens that there is a rotation between the hunters. We have fire here, we have fire here, and these 2 fire hunters, which is Kanae over here, got released in order to deal with the hard mode. So you're thinking, okay, so that's why you use the white tickets. Yes, indeed. So the next question here is, why instead of just using the white tickets to deal with these guys and just convert that into total combat power? Well, it seems to me that a better hunter have better stats. And you say, yes, but let's prepare ourselves for the next 3 months. Okay. I see you. I got the point. Let's imagine these are the months. This is the regular line. And this over here, these red dots, is Juggermont. If you do your dailies and everything, from the beginning, you are here. If you do events and whatever, your line is gonna do, this is a gray line, it's gonna do something like this. It's gonna go higher, which is still not gonna put you to the place where you will be able to deal with the big boy, which is the month of the Juggermont. So you say, well, okay, what can I do? You go online, you go see fucking Sack Plays and whatever, and Pain, and see their accounts, their pay to win. And the accounts looks like this. I'm gonna have a purple for whale. This is their accounts. By the way, I'm gonna put here maxed combat power. Alright, let's imagine this is maxed. Right here, this is the max line of combat power that you can get with everything. So this is a whale. They get everything, something is released. They plateau for a little bit. They go everything. It's not a completely flat line. They're still doing their dailies and whatever. So it goes like this, goes like this. Oof, hold on, it's just a little low. Just go like this, go like this, like this. Yeah, this is the whale line, right? This is the regular game. You're here, you just only do events. But I want you to do, by getting the 400 tickets, let's do pink. Let's do this. You're gonna go up, you're gonna go up, you're gonna go up, you're gonna go up, you're gonna like this. It might be a little misplaced, but yes, that will be the challenge. Use it. Yeah. What is the eraser? These things have been changed a little bit since last time I used it. I don't have a eraser. We do it live. Don't worry about it. Watch it. And instead of just struggling to get, for example, your Kanai to level, to A5 and whatever is the hunter thing. So instead of just getting your hunters, for example, to fire team over here, instead of just have this lady to A5 or A5 or A4, just for the next WOBL, I'm gonna go straight for it, and why I believe there are so much evidence that it's gonna be fire and water. And you say, oh, okay, I'm gonna pull for these ladies, I'm gonna go all the way, I'm gonna use my white tickets and whatever. Oh no, but they're not in the custom banner anymore. But you had the chance, it's just a chance has passed. But now you have the other ones that are going to be arriving, which is gonna be water. And you say, okay, so fuck, why do I do this? How do I do? If I check the WOBL, you can pay attention that the combat power is extremely high. It's 1.3 million. So I ask you the question, would you rather do this challenge with 1.3 million, just like it is, with an A5 Kanai, A5 Esil, A5 Fire Crutch, and you say, yes, I want A5 because they are strong. Okay, what if I tell you that you can do this with Choi, you can do this with Yoso Yoon, you can do this with Emma, but instead of just 1.3 million, you can have 1.7. Imagine doing this challenge with 1.7 million. The difficulty is being washed down. So okay, I can do that with the characters that I don't want. Tough call. But you do not have to struggle. You can save your stuff and then you can decide what to do next. Okay, but you are here and now you ask the question, how in the world will I actually save myself to know exactly what is the element for this guy, what to pull and what not to pull? Well, you pay attention to the main game. I'm gonna talk about metas now. I'm gonna go paint. And I come here, I'm gonna say meta. What is meta? What is meta relevant? What is not meta? Fudge. Meta. A lot of people say that meta this, meta that, meta changes. People have issues at the beginning because meta used to change every week because of the challenges and whatever. But there have only been 3 metas and support meta. Okay, so first meta was water. Second meta was dark. What is the other one? Okay, this is the true meta. Support meta has been wind. Let me explain this in 1 second. There we go. What am I missing here? Now, the next meta was light. Support meta was fire. Oh, that's not fire. That's blood. This is fire. So you ask yourself the question, okay, what's the difference here? That all meta? No. And yes, if I call yourself human, I can call yourself, I can go to the street and say, what are you, my homo? And you say, what? Yeah, I'm a homo, dude, you're my mega homo. What a mega? And you say, dude, what the fuck is wrong with you? Well, it just so happened that you happen to be in Homo sapiens, but I do not call you Homo sapiens. I call you human, but you don't want to be called human, so I'll call yourself a social member of society with a name, and that name is Meta. That's you. Your name is Meta. But these over here are called submetas, meaning that you can pull for this hunter over here and be able to complete the WOBL since the beginning, so you can save your stuff, and this is the best time to actually pull when a new monarch is going to be introduced, because there are two stages of the monarchs. One is the introduction of the henchman, calling Vulcan, for example, and then you have the big boy. You pay attention to Vulcan. Vulcan have water as a main meta and the wind as a support. Baran has the monarch of the white flames, dark meta as the wind support. You follow the example, go back to Deimos, and you have light meta with fire support. And just as we have confirmed, because people are trying to figure out what's the deal with the next one, you go to the main story and click on the last boss, which is the monarch of bullshit. It's going to be wind, weak to water. So you can say, okay, yeah, now the next meta will be water and wind. Why would you actually say water? Because we have some information about the characters. Now I want to talk about the characters as well. I predicted the fire ones. I was thinking that he might be water or fire between these two. So can I happen to be the fire one, and then a Kurbol happened to be wind? And you ask yourself the question, oh, so Jogumon is gonna be wind, weak to wind. Well, the question still remains if the next one is going to be wind, because that's what you do sometimes, since Goto has been misplaced, since he was supposed to be released back in December for December. It was a special character, but it was changed, and now it was introduced to be Thomas for the half-year anniversary. Alright, so then you have a character over here which I'm missing, a healer, and I was missing a healer and I was missing a DPS. I was talking about a wind over here, which is a different overview that I made back in January, but now it's happened to be a breaker and a DPS, because water weakness has to be introduced. And now things have changed because every single meta changed every 3 months completely. There is a rotation of the meta the last 3 months, from the rest period to the combat power increase to the new features to the new meta changed, and from the easy mode to the hard mode. Okay, so we have a breaker, we have a DPS. There are rotations for all the characters. It just so happened that the files are saying that the next DPS is water. I do not want to go into consideration, yes, Cha had been founded, and I want to skip that, because you have options. You can do fire, you can do water. You want to skip one, you can complain all about it what you want, but look at this opportunity to save yourself the time, to save for the next thing that you want, instead of just spending on this and all that, and get ready, truly. And I tell you how to get ready in 1 second. And what I make back in January, I was expecting Lilu 6-sec multi-pass hunter. I have said this joke so many times. Don't worry about it. You don't get it. You will get it eventually. You get mad. This is not the place for you. And people have asked themselves the question, why is Cha the 1 year anniversary? Well, take a look at the 1 year anniversary events. Actually lasts for a very long. And as you know that the Korean people are actually quite late to the party, you can say that yes, Lilu can be the 1 year anniversary multi-pass hunter. Multi-pass hunter. So yes, that's something to have in mind, and I was expecting Lilu to be the replacement for the Wind DPS, to replace Amamiya. So yes, things are falling down in place. Fine. You say, but things have not been set on stone. How can I prepare myself? Well, you have shit to do, dailies and ever. And you say, no, I'd rather just wait until things had been completely reintroduced and are safe to do. But there are a lot of things that you can do, that you are not spending resources, but gathering the resources to the place that you actually need to be aiming for. So let me go to the meta one. Since the meta has to be one of those things, imagine you have a tree. Ooh, that's a very ugly tree. Imagine you. I got a Imagine you got a tree, right? This is a very fucking Jesus, freaking Jesus Christ. God damn it, son of a bitch. Imagine you have a tree. I have a tree over here. Here we go. Tree is very beautiful. You have grass over here. You have a sheep over here. It's a green sheep. Don't ask me why. Look. I mean, a bush. That's a bush now. Whoops. And you have places to be. Virgins to slay. Challenges to conquer. And you say, okay, I want to go this direction, I want to go this direction, I want to go that direction. But it just so happened that this place, there is a target over here. This is a target. This is exactly what you need to accomplish. Okay, and you say, I can be any direction. And instead, you can go straight and point an arrow right to this. If you believe exactly the information I just fed you, which is going to be water. There is a water then. It's going to be water. And it's going to be water, and you say, ooh, water or fire? I don't like cha. I'm going to be preparing myself with the fire tin. Oh, the fire tin can be actually be pulled with blood tickets. And you say, yes, but I don't want to spend my shit on it. Well, this is what you do. You go to your main characters, the main DPS first. The main DPS is Son Jinwoo. The second main DPS is the main DPS for the WOVL. This is going to be this later over here, the fire truck. In case you're wondering what the hell am I saying this. Because he just washes her freaking mana like a fucking fire truck. So, let me look for a better helmet. So I'll say, what is the best artifact for this lady? And this apply for any other hunters. So it's going to be Curse. And also going to be this one over here. Don't ask me why. So I say, okay, I have these two. What should I actually use? Well, I'm going to use attack for flat. For the other ones, I look for attack percentage, damage increase, crit rate, defense penetration. I say, ooh, do I have a perfect one? I do. I crafted this thing. I'm gonna go straight Y. I'm doing all this. Don't worry about it. And I say, god damn, I just need more attack. And say yes. And this is what you do. You look for the perfect artifacts by crafting those bitches. And by crafting those things, you can get the perfect one. It just so happens that you can get the level 75 all the way up to the max level that you can actually acquire, which is going to be back in 4 in April, something that have been waiting since the release of Harbaran, but a lot of different things have been introduced and features that allow you to get combat power. So that's why it had been delayed. Also, we had more artifacts in the files for a very long time. I don't know if the belt and the other accessory as well, because there are two different kind of accessories, not 4 and 4, it's 5 and 5. I don't know when they are going to be released, maybe this time. So you say, ooh, okay, I have, where is it? I'm gonna get through all these things. What the freaking hell is this thing? They are. Fuck. Hey Siri, find the shit. Oh, there is. So I have 11,000 and I have 69. Awesome. Talking about 69. Hey, I'm finally making the video. My reputation level 69. That's why I'm wearing a tie today. Extra tight. So, okay, I can craft it in, and there is another event that will allow you to reset the stats of your artifacts. You don't have to get stuck with this. You can reset this, and this is what you're aiming for. For Son Jinwoo, of course, attack percentage 4 times. The other one can go straight to crit rate if you happen to miss one. Not that you have a helmet. If you, for example, have a piece of armor, this one is not that good, but I have better ones. I'm just gonna have Son Jinwoo as an example, not that we are talking about perfect things.
I'm ready.
He is so ready. Look at this boy. So, for example, I have Son Jinwoo. Now I'm missing the attack over here, attack percentage, but I have 3 attacks over here, and I also have different armors over here that can actually help me out in my journey. If I delete a few of these and go straight to this, I say, ooh, okay, I have also attack and attack. That also gonna give me one more 1,000 in attack, but I just switched that up because I was just playing around with my stat and doing some tests and stuff like that. Precision is down, which is not an issue for me. Ah, shit, something happened to... Ah, we good. Do I have course? Ah, yeah, I do. Another one that I was looking for, but they work. So, okay, I finished with this. Okay, I have attack, crit rate, defense penetration, damage increase, like wow, critical hit, damage increase, attack percentage, crit rate, damage increase, MP consumption reduction, defense penetration, and for the other ones, follow the same example. These ones have crit rate, this one have critical hit damage. So you do your stuff. If the boots have attack percentage and flat attack, back to Son Jinwoo because Son Jinwoo have the best staff right now.
Time to
So you have a boots, for example, attack percentage and flat attack. You want defense penetration is the R, which I have a few perfect ones around somewhere. We'll have, for example, damage increase, attack percentage, and defense penetration, critical hit rate. The defense penetration can be exchanged for defense. Damage increase can be changed for defense penetration. You rinse and repeat this with any other hunters that have an HP or defense. If some new scale from HP, you change the attack percentage. The attack and attack percentage for additional HP, and you do that with any other hunters. So you have two hunters now. You say, okay, it's gonna be fire. I'm gonna be using fire. Her freaking artifacts are getting better and better. I'm gonna wait for stuff and all that stuff. But you're getting ready for it. Even if you don't have to advance things, I just started to advance things now. 16, 16, 19. I don't have to do this. If you happen to have a challenge to be accomplished, you can actually do that. But I'm just waiting as well, because even though I already have this set, there is a 2% chance that can actually change it anytime soon. But guess what? I am aiming at the targets. There are just gonna be a couple of elements. It's not gonna be light. Light was already being used. It's not gonna be dark. Dark was used for the last one. So that's as far as I will take it with the characters. Of course. Now I want to have this in mind. Talking about characters. Now that I have these, yes, it makes sense. Don't worry about it. I'm not crazy and you're crazy. I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna say, let's talk about characters for 1 second. And talking about characters, I'm gonna talk about Pokemon. Okay? This is your main Pokemon. I'm doing this because you are it's a Pokemon. I don't want to be sued. Okay? Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them balls. Pokemon. So imagine you have the main DPS, the main breaker for the wind team. Let's go for wind. Wind. Main breaker for wind, which is gonna be this guy. Alright. People say I'm trolling, don't worry about it. Look, you need artifact effects, additional HP, additional attack, additional defense. Alright. Don't worry about it, okay? So, you have my boy King over here with a $30 Amazon sword. Okay, this is gonna be my main DPS, my main breaker again for the go-to content, for example. So let me have this here like this. So let's say I have blow here. I'm gonna have defense penetration, attack or wherever. We're gonna have, I don't know, we're gonna have boobies over here. In case you're wondering, here, yeah, these are boobies. I don't care. Just put whatever stat you want over here. But yeah, it just so happened that if you place all the stats of this Pokemon, this character, in a graph and spread the points, it kind of looks like this. I'm gonna have red. I'm gonna change this. Something like shit. I don't know how to change the size. Didn't have to change. Tools, brushes. Yeah, I don't have to change the size anymore. Hell. Is it here? Either way. So let's say, for example, you have this and that, this, and a little bit of that. Okay. So you have a lot of DPS, PS, deep penetration system. Okay. Like this, and then just imagine this is filled. Okay, imagine there is a lot of color over there. Use your imagination. I know some people can't. And if you have all of this and you have an appraisal, his total points are going to be 300. That is his main power. This is just a regular Pokemon. You say, okay. So should I pull over here? Oh wait, hold on. There are more. Yeah, this bad boy right here. Ooh, his stats are better. He have 400 points, base points. All right, so his stats are gonna look like this. So I get more like this, more titties. Of course, he get a lot of titties over there. So you have this like that, like a little more. Okay, so I'm gonna pull for this guy. Oh no, hold on. I have another guy over here. That is a new model. This is the legendary Pokemon right now. So this is the new commodity. He is 600 toilet points. Toilet papers. Alright? And it's gonna be off the charge when it comes for titties. This guy have titties, this guy have ass, this guy have acute tooth depression, whatever you want to call this, but the total points are actually higher and he deals a lot of damage and whatever. But going back to my bar, how much does that actually help me right here? I am the pink bar. Is it going a lot? Is it going a little? Is it going like this? Is it going like that? Well, if I use Kim, I'm gonna be here for the challenge. If I use Goto, I'm gonna be here for the challenge. Ooh, so what do I have to do? Is I know this is a little higher, it should be around here. Okay, imagine the Red Ball. I'm gonna put a Red Ball over here. Imagine the giant Red Ball is over here. So yes, you can save the time that will allow you to waste all of your round tickets for the main characters every single time, and then just focus on this big boy right here. Just focus on this one by paying attention to this one. So if at the beginning of the challenge you pull for this or prepare yourself for this, the next one will have this as a sub meta, something that you can use. This is created because new players won't have the chance to deal with this. My free account was created a couple of days before the release of Thomas Andre, and I have been spending a lot of essence stones just to get my total power. Right now his army level is 69. Hey, and that is as far as I will take it for now, but I am counting how many essence stones do I need, how much combat power would I require, how many things that I will actually be using in order to deal with the hard mode. I believe I have to skip the hard mode, but I won't have any problem dealing with the normal mode. So I'm just preparing my free account, just getting my total power to be looking like a whale account. And I will show you how the account looks like later on. But I'm preparing my combat power to be as high as I can possibly have it, because I do not want to pull for weird shit. And this is how you gain your power. This is how you avoid getting pulled. But all these traps that Nenemar will put for you, because if you put this as an example, there are things that challenges, like there's another challenge over here, for example, and you don't have the combat power or whatever, and look what Nenemar does. There is a hook over here, alright, this is a hook, fish hook, but in the middle of this hook, they put, use pink, this. There you go, just like this. And I have this lady over here. And this, my friend, is what Netmarble is doing. This is for you to get hooked, alright? Because you are not even reaching this point if you are just doing the regular line. Of course, they know exactly where you are. But if you prepare yourself and do this, and the reason this works is that Netmarble cannot have something over here in the whale territory, knowing that this is the regular line and regular people are doing this. And if you're doing this as well with them, you're going to be around this area. They have to have content around here, which is above what you will actually do with events and everything, above what is regular. And if you're spending a little bit, you can reach, let me change this the color, you can reach this by spending a little bit. And I hope this makes sense. I know, shit. Questions? Raise your hands. So this is my legacy, alright? I also add Kamish over here because I believe some aspects of the Kamish can be introduced early on, and I am waiting and saving myself. Things that I have saved so far. If you take account to all the things that I have, let me show you my armory. My armor is really not that good. You put that to a pay-to-win player that have already completed everything. But what I need from this is only 100th. What is it? I just need 100th, and I have to do that 5 times. We set me back to 500th, and then I will have to have level 120 weapons. If you pay attention to my weapons, I have 5 120. It's a little slow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you pay attention to the count of my purple tickets, which are somewhere, this organization is killing me. I have 36. You require 38. You require 6 to max. Yeah, you require 36 to max out the army if the page are exactly as they are, and just prepare myself for it. And you pay attention to my, what is it? To my weapon designs. I have been ready for this for a very long time, so I can max out my armory by the time the hard mode will arrive. I will be able to max out my shadow staff by the time, at least to some extent, because these things I have not been able to get for 3 weeks straight in the Power of Destruction. Doesn't matter if you place first, second, third, it doesn't matter. I am not getting those things from over there. I bought these things for the exchange shop that you get like monthly, and for the events as well. And that is what I will take with that. You know what I'm doing with this? You know what I'm doing with that? I'm saving for this because every DPS for the main WBL has to have an A10 weapon. I'm saving for this because I need to see the changes. I'm also going back to have the base cores for Son Jinwoo, the base core that I need for the main DPS. Since I'm looking for just for one fire truck, since I already have what I need, sometimes I go backwards and forward between demos and the other ones because I'm gonna show you the rest as well. What else do I have here that actually makes sense? Now, I was saving originally 10,000 of this. Let me change the song. There we go. So I was saving originally 10,000 of this, and I was thinking, yes, I will wait until Kamish have a skill, but we don't know if the skill is also going to be a blessing, so I wanted to save 5,000. It so happened that I know it's so far away that I actually save 20, and the other one I save 10,000, and I will use the rest just when the new skill is reintroduced, because we're gonna have a new skill, a new job change in April, and that will introduce another skill. Of course, it's not confirmed. What will you say? Because I am an adult. I am an adult. Adult. This is what it means to be an adult. You need to be responsible with your shit. Alright. So I have these things, I have this ready. I do not need absolutely anything else because I am doing so many gates that my resources have skyrocketed as well. Now let me talk a little bit more about the Shadow Army. Okay. How much Shadow Army combat power? You say you are so high in the combat power. You say, well, would you want to strategize and do all these things? Because another, what is this? Let's say 50. Let's say 71,000 that I have right now. You go to 120, 70, 89. It's just gonna be around it's 90,000 right now. 99. I got 99 shadows and fucking girly is one. Hit me. Hey, whatever. So you got that point. Of course, that is high. But you know what is higher? Much combat power. Vegeta says combat power and bullshit. But he also said, you know what? You better old dog. Because I'm about to turn left and I don't want to smack you with my dick. So I calculated that the max combat power will be around to the zone of 600,000 by assuming that you have all this bad example. You have all the skills required to A10, I mean to 10, level 10. You have max power and you have max growth and you also have max weapons enhancements. So let me talk about the combat power that all arrive into 1 point that makes you one of the strongest son of bitches in the Dragon Ball universe. So if you want to max out the skills of a shadow, you require skills. I just max out by doing a test. You have level 1 to level 10. You choose your poison. The amount of scrolls are actually lower than any other in the entire game. I'm talking about Hunters or Son Jinwoo. It just so happened that you require this and you're complaining, but I don't have this, but you don't have this as well. Because this is the thing. In order to have your shadow maxed level 7, which is recommended, is going to require you to have 231 level 1 scrolls. I had been doing 30 gates since the release of the shadows and I only have 289 and 22 because I've been converting every single day just to complete my missions. In order for you to have level 7s all the shadows skills times 10, it will require you to have 2,310 scrolls 1 to finish at least level 7. So yeah, it's gonna take you time, and just as the freaking lines indicate, it's gonna be higher than your regular average player. But I know your regular Saiyan, your average Saiyan. So I'm getting ready for that. How much power does that give you? Easy. 32,000 combat power, around that. If you want the skills to be level 10, it's gonna give you 53,000. Or backwards, it was 30. No, it's 32,000, 53,000 combat power by doing all of this, which I don't recommend level 10s because it's just a difference between 20,000. If you pay attention to the shadow skills, armies, whatever, weapons, it will give you an additional. Fuck, I forgot. Hold on, let me do math live. 81, 92. So it's gonna give you 11. It was 99 back when I tried at the beginning. So for all the 10, all the weapons gonna be 99 back in the days. Now it's giving me 11, so it's going up a little bit depending on my stuff. I haven't even quantified that, but it doesn't matter. So you have another 100,000 for the right now level 100. Of course, I don't know if it's gonna be affecting that. Don't quote me on this one. But right now, if I were to max out, it's gonna be another 111 plus 30, so 140. Let's say 140 plus this as well. So 140 plus 90, 100, 230. So 310, 510. She's gonna be around 510, 520 if I'm a little generous with what I actually master. But the problem is that I cannot fully do this max. By the time at the hard mode arrive, I will actually have all of the weapons at least around this area. If I keep in my pace, so I will have very close to another 200,000 combat power with my Shadow Army. That's something to have in mind. And what is most important than the Shadow Army is the armory, because this is applied to everybody in all the modes at any time, without counting the BOT, the Battle of Titties. I don't know what that means. Don't quote me on that. And that is as far as I will take with the combat power. So yes, in resume, you get as much combat power that you can actually master. In order to don't show this to your mother, okay? But this I know I'm forgetting a few things. I'm gonna go over another few things. I'm gonna see. I wrote it down. I was looking for the information. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to make food. I'm tired. Don't worry about it. If I'm missing something, we'll put it down. But this is pretty much the map of how the entire freaking game works. This is the stats of every single one of the characters that arrive. If I have something else around, I have aim for what you're looking for every single month. I know exactly how many essence stones you actually require in order to have around 700 combat power every single day. I mean 700 shadow energy every single day for your shadow army. And since I am forgetting stuff and I know that I have something else important to say, I'm just gonna go all the way. Since I only do this like once every 2 months, I'm gonna go away and refresh everything that I have already dictated. You pay attention to this. There is a star here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 3 6 8. It is an hexagram. It is an eightagram. Don't quote me on that either. You are thinking, okay, what's the deal with this? You pay attention to the gems. That's not a gem. This is a gem. We have different gems. We have one with 0 points. We have another one with 2 points, which is called a rainbow, which technically has 4, because it's a square. It's some kind of. Don't worry about it. You have 3 points. 1, 2, 3. You have 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is tier 4, rank 4, and you have. Hold on. This is 6. Well, it just so happened that NetherMarble made a boo-boo because the new gem that is going to be arriving eventually have 5, and the new gem should actually have 6, but they have a boo-boo because they used their own. I have no idea why. Maybe they changed that because there is another thing that's coming as well, which I don't want to talk about it because that is actually quite far-reaching at this point. But that's something to have in mind. The reason that you can double fuse these things, and I recommend you not to even touch this if you already have a good gen bullshit, because there is no point. There is really no point. Since you already have this to at least a very high level, they don't want you to fuse these because in order for you to have the star ones, you're gonna require this as well, and they are protecting you because there are if there is that as well already, there are people that actually will do that. If you pay attention to the books as well, as you go to the level of 30, which I did with my water team, which was extremely stupidly easy. I just know the codes that require the best codes that I require for this is not that one that I actually used. And I did this just for me with the best codes, and it was as easy. I just wanted to deal with Agris before dealing with Son Jinwoo, and I even have 1 minute to spare. But as you pay attention to all the gate simulations, 30 now before I go out. If you pay attention to the boxes are still giving books level 1, which I was expecting level 2, which is not going to arrive anytime soon. Additional XP. Because if you pay attention to the FX amplification and you say, yeah, you have so many things to do now, and we're gonna have some time doing the gates and whatever, but what the fuck is this, dude? Pay attention to this. You require 1,000. Do you know how many points you get weekly? 1,500. You are telling me that I will be able to complete this year? If I do the math, which I have not done it, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 30, around 35,000 divided by 200 days. That's what I meant. Around 200 days. You will need around 200 days. Fuck, don't worry about it. It's gonna take you at least 6 months out of my frontal lobe brain calculations just to be able to fully do this. And I don't know why. Don't ask me that. So things to have in mind that around here. I'm gonna go all the way. Every single thing that you need to remember. This was a must. Now this is a must for now, because these boxes allow you to select the blessing skill that you want to amplify. And I didn't want to make this video right now because I also need to do some stuff. This is actually a must as well. So you got these two. The other one can be obtained anytime soon. And since you have been saving them because you are a good boy, you will have around 72 right now because I don't spend shit. So you may actually have around 40. It will be fine. But now I want to get out of these stupid gates, and I'm gonna go to, let me see, the workshop. I already covered the workshop. I'm gonna go back to it if I am missing something else. So the workshop had been already covered. The next big boy, now that I'm here, I want to go to the challenges. You pay attention to something that I do not even need a reverse engineering. If you go to the mission, which is somewhere, combat power, mining operation, I'm looking for the one, here we go. Obtain 5 grade legendary or higher. Well, we only have legendaries. What do you mean by higher? Yes, they're already working on the hard level ups for the cores, and even if there is a typo, we know that eventually we're gonna have some increase. But having an increase not just in the levels but in the rarity might be something to have in mind as well. So I'm done with this power of destruction. Get ready because hard mode is coming. What is the other guy not doing the hard mode? I don't know what he's doing. Either way, I am playing Koi. Don't worry about this. I am playing Koi with my disease people. I do want to do as much damage as I actually can. The guild boss is something that I don't really have to cover at all. That's something that I'm interested with. There are so many glitches in the guild boss that actually allow you to be banned for some reason. Now this actually got more interesting because you get these boxes, so you have to do these weekly, you want it or not. Yeah, I'm back to the first place. I just got serious this time. And yeah, I keep playing Koi with this son of a bitch. So he's still playing place in first place, and that's the reason I don't have the skills for Son Jinwoo required to do all this, because I do not have the golden ones. These are my skills advancements. I still have the box selector. I'm waiting to see, because this is actually extremely good, but there's no use, so I'm gonna save the box to see if something changes. It's just smart. Happily, I have been able to get this, and this I have one, that's as far as I will take it. Maybe the ultimate will also have boxes of skills as well eventually, and also will have elements because it says nothing, and also might be able to break. We actually have different ones with the same amount of whatever. The one might be a breaker, one might be faster, the other one might be activated in 30 seconds and stuff like that. So this is something to have in mind in the future. The same thing happened with this. I do not have this is still rare, because I had been saving all my stuff. This is as far as I will take it with the Sun Junior staff. Something that I want to have in mind as well to tell you, because this is very important, something that people are not mentioning, is that you have your intelligence instead of the strength. As you go to BOT, that is going to be affected, because it just so happened that my second account is placing first. What is going on here? Click this. My second account has been placing first, and this season and the past season got first place for some reason. Don't ask me why. And I'm gonna show you my free account in 1 second. So that's something to have in mind as well. I don't have nothing else to say about that. Just get your shit together. Obviously, you need to buy 1 key every single day, and the shop, exchange shop, which as easy. I just click in this exchange, and now that we are in the shop, there it is. This video is 1 fucking hour long. The hell! I don't recommend buying any kind of scrolls, because if you're doing a good boy, you're gonna have thousands. But since the army is new, and since I am rich in those resources, I'm gonna do that. And you have to do this every single freaking day, because it's not just for Sun Jinwoo, it's also for the hunters. So this is what I get every single time, because I have plenty. Otherwise, you are gonna have just the weapon and the key. I don't use any of these. There is no necessity of spending your resources on that at all, or these at all. And this can be fixed by just aiming to what you're looking for. Every fucking yes, shit. You know where the arrow is? The arrow is somewhere. There you go. So you aim where you're looking for and build your hunter exactly how you want it. You don't have to be struggling with the keys and stuff like that. But I don't do that. The only thing that I used to spend money is in white tickets for a little while. I was free to play until Horde Baron, and then I spend money in white tickets. But all my resources are free. So this is just by time that you will be able to get everything. Then core missions, instant dungeons, you get all the stuff, battlefields, hunter archives, which the only one that I'm missing at this point is yeah, I don't. Do I claim stuff? Yes, I do. Shit, I don't even want to. Either way, I believe I have finally managed to get all of them, with the exception of this lady. So this is the only lady I'm missing. I never complete the freaking clothing because I can't do that. My brain doesn't computerize that. But that's the only one that I'm missing, and that's all. I also have plenty of resources over here that I have no use whatsoever. I need to get into that as well. And the new reverse mode is going to arrive with plenty of shadow materials. A lot of shadow stuff that's going to be arriving. So I have covered everything that I wanted to cover so far. If I am missing something, I don't know what it is. I go through all my shit. Yes. Skibbity do. Now I'm good. In case I'm missing more stuff, I will have it over here. I don't know. Shit, don't pay attention to this. This is good. This is not good. I got this one for the barrier staff, which I already have one. Oh, that's good. So I can actually use this for using the next red skill that can be required or not. And I'm just buying my time, saving my stuff. So when it actually becomes necessary, I don't have to save these things anymore because I have so many. And that is as far as I will take it. 1 hour video. I'm gonna go back and see if I miss anything. We have Sun Jinwoo, we have hunters, we have the shadow. We talk about this, that in case the new one, you can actually reset this and put a little bit of essence stones, and you can convert the points to the new one. It just so happened that the conversion rate is gonna be very high. I don't know if they might change it or not, so you can have that on the month of the yogurt and have that in mind. It's gonna be this order. I'm waiting for this big boy. I want to see what the deal would do with him and Lechia as well, but that's as far as I will take it. Let me go back and see if I miss anything. No. Yes. Okay, challenges, missions, achievements. Yeah, I need to work on this. I'm gonna do like a year anniversary and collect everything that I need to collect. Fusion, crafting, armory, hunters, special commission. I have not collected this for like 3 months. Research tier, gems, material is very low in comparison. Should be around 1.8. But Don't worry, I'm just tier 40. Poor little tier 40. And that's that. I'm done. I managed to. I know that I'm missing some stuff that I'm not going to be discussing at the moment. I know some people have issues because some people have more trophies than others. So I will advise you that as soon as the new reverse mode arrives, if you want to at least get the title that allows you to be number first, just get it over there. Just get it over with if you can. But there is some people cannot actually do this because some people have been banned, and when they got unbanned, they got extra trophies. So they had more trophies than necessary. Hey, here I am. There I am. Okay, so I'm doing good. But that is as far as I will take it. Yes. That's it. 1 hour. I'm not gonna show you my free-to-play yet. I was working on that, but it's gonna take so much time. I'm gonna tell you this before I leave. Now that I'm in the desk. If you pull for every single hunter, no problem. You can do whatever you want with your life. You can also do drugs. You can also sell your kidneys. You can also punch the Pope in the face. You can also burn your house with your pet on it. It is a possibility. The possibilities are endless. Will I advise that? No. So, if you want to pull for everything to 8.5, 8.10, whatever, I don't recommend that. And why is that? Is that because the main people that are talking about this game are being sponsored by the creator of the game, meaning they are gaining something from it. Even though they have goodwill and everything, they have to have a disclaimer. I know the Pain that does that a few times, but they have to have a very big disclaimer. If you have been pulling for everything and you are spending a lot of money on this game, and when I say a lot of money, I will say more than $1,000. That's a lot of fucking money for a video game, which is a form of entertainment. I understand about having 500. Yeah, it's fine. That's the cost of entertainment console. 600 at most. 7, 8, 9. You have excuses, but the excuse is you have a dopamine. If you're getting all your dopamine levels for this game, I advise you look for professional help. I am not a professional help advisor, but I will tell you this as a friend. Ask for somebody that can help you out. Ask, am I having an addiction problem? But this is the problem. If you're having an addiction, this is justified. This is not a problem. I drink because it makes me feel good. This is where my dopamine levels arrive. If so that happens that you think that there is nothing that is bothering you, just ask someone else. Ask for advice. Say, I don't think that is an issue, but this is what I have spent in this game. What do you think? I know I don't care about your opinion, but I just want to hear about this. If you have spent more than $1,000, ask someone. If you have issues and you don't have anybody else to talk, I will pull my Discord on the comments. You can go to my Discord, which I have not created for my channel for 9 years. I have a Solo Leveling Arise research, which I have not touched for 4 months. But I will just put the one for my channel in case you're having issues. Sometimes I do live streams. I do like once a week, once every 2 weeks for Solo Leveling Arise. Whatever there is new content, I do that. I can log into your account, something I advise not to do, but you can also stream your account. I can see your account. I will advise you not to spend money in this game. Zero money. I had spent money in this game because, of course, I don't have a life at the moment because I'm just working all day. And since it's a mobile phone that I work and I walk around, I can do this on my mobile and say, no problem. So it says I don't have a PlayStation 5, but I have this game, and I don't plan to buy a PlayStation 5 for another 4 years. So yes, this will actually, the only 2 games that I'm playing is Monster Hunter and this game, Monster Hunter Wilds. That's as far as I will take it. But that is just, yes, I have nothing else to do. I don't want to drop my feet. I just want to say everything that I need to say it because I'm gonna come back and do this like 2 months from now. If I'm missing something, please let me know. In the meantime, don't forget to watch all of my videos 10 times in all of your devices. Tell your friends, families, and enemies. Your cooperation is appreciated.